Okay, today I'm going to be repairing my daughter's laptop screen. I ordered it from laptopscreens.com. It came in today. You can find your model number for what I'm going to repair to make sure you're using the right one. Right here, it's model 15 BA037CL. It's right next to the QR code right down here at the bottom. So this is for all models 15-BA series. I'll set that here, open it up. Next thing, I'll show you how my laptop screen, the new screen, came very nicely packaged. As you can see, UPS just dropped it off. It comes extremely well, bubble wrapped. They had it double wrapped in here for me. And nice, brand new LCD screen. You want to make sure that when you order it, that you order it to your model and specifications. This is a 30 pin, and it also is the 1366 by 768 glossy screen, which matches the original, and it's an original part. Next, I'm going to show you the tools that we'll be using. Over here, I've got a magnetic pad to hold screws and make sure they don't fall off. That's just something I picked up repairing iPhone screens. This is a smudger. Again, another tool I picked up while doing laptop screen repairs and other things. I believe you can order a set of tools similar to this. This is a Phillips #1. There's only a few screws that you have to remove, and again, this is just another type of Phillips #1. And I'm going to use a razor blade. You can use an X-Acto knife or a hobby knife to remove a piece of tape. Everything else is pretty straightforward from there. All right, I just took a moment to move a few things, make sure I didn't knock the new screen onto the floor. So you're going to begin to go ahead. I'm going to reclose this right here. I'm going to flip it over. On the back, you'll see there are the battery. Yours might have an extended life battery, which will look just a touch different. But there's two tabs right here. If you can see it in the light, you're just going to push them over, and the battery will release out this way. They both go to the right. It's a little easier to do when you're not on screen. Battery's now out. I'm going to flip it back over. Set that right there. Open it up. My 4-year-old stepped on my 12-year-old's laptop screen, and she needs it next year for, well, I guess she's 14 now. Dear Lord, they're moving. All I'm doing is I'm just taking my fingernail and I'm going to slide it in between the screen, the old screen, and the bezel, and we're just going to move all the way around it, popping the exterior, saving the bottom for last, and you'll see why. So just going to pull it. You'll hear the pops. That's what we're looking for. Just taking my time. Not much pressure is required. It'll just pop loose like it wants to come off. Next, I'm going to come through here. There's going to be some adhesive tape down below here. I'm just going to run my finger along it, kind of popping it as it goes. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little bit of tape right here. I'm just going to gently peel it back just a little bit. There it goes. Okay, now comes one of the first little tricky parts. The bezel here has a little bit of a notched lip that sits on top of the hinges. So now I've got that off. That's going to be saved. We're going to reuse that. Here's the broken screen right here, which it says don't touch, and I just touched, but I guess it's broke, so who cares? There's a few screws we're going to need to remove. If you can see them here at the top, there's 4 screws. The 2 that hold this bracket, and the 2 that actually hold the screen in. Actually, on this one, it looks like it was put in reverse. So here we go. It's not, typically this bracket is in front of the screen, but in this situation, it is not. So all we got to do here is just remove these 2 screws up here, and that's your Phillips number 1. And they come with a magnetic tip, most of these guys, so your screws won't fly off. And I like my magnetic pad so it doesn't roll off the table. They're tiny little guys. Next, I'm going to come down here and trying to make sure you guys can see this, but we're going to remove this screw here and this screw here. I'll take that in for a little closer look. So it's this screw here and this screw here. Put this back up. Okay. And I would encourage you, if you don't think you can do that, do this, you easily can. This is not a very difficult process. Next, I'm just going to take my fingernail, and there's 2 little tabs right here next to the screws. I'm just going to slide my finger behind the screen and pop it off of those little connectors. It's just a little bit of pressure and it pops right off. Okay, next, I'm going to do the same. I'm just going to pull it. Now, don't pull this off. You're going to lay it down, face down, right on top of your keyboard, because we need to remove this. And this is where the X-Acto knife, or in my case, my little razor blade, is going to come in to effect. But I'm going to pull the camera in real close so you can see this. Apologize for my chair. But here's your 30-pin connector. And this little sticky tape right here, we're just going to take the knife and we're going to slide our edge right underneath it and pick it up. And then once you get it there, you're just going to peel it back, and then we're going to pull it straight out to the back by holding it on the end. Ready? Let's see if I can get that a little closer. That should probably be a little bit better view. I'm just getting underneath the edge of it there so that I can lift it up. Boy, it wanted to come up with the other piece of plastic there. Alright, so I'm just trying to pick up the plastic here. I'm going to grab a set of tweezers here to see if I can get underneath this. Boy, these have no grip on them at all. I'm going to use that smudger. Where'd it go? It fell on the floor. There it goes. It just was grabbing on. There's a piece of tape underneath it, and it was just not wanting to let go. There we go. Now that I've got that, we're just going to grab it all in one fail swoop and pull straight back. And your 30-pin connector is now safe, and your screen is now free. Here's the old screen. You can see the old part numbers there. Let's see how they made up with the new ones. This is model B156XT N07, and the new one, which they look just identical. It's made by a different company, Inolux. Right here you can see, where's my thumb at? Right there. but this should work. All right, so the process to replace is the exact same, just in reverse order. We're going to start. Make sure you leave the plastic cover. We're going to put it face down. There's a plastic film that covers the front of this LCD. We're going to leave that on until the end. Go ahead and put it face back down. We're going to just reinstall this 30-pin connector, just the same way we did in the beginning when we pulled it out. Now we're just going to slide this new one back in, making sure we seat it well. You'll feel just a little bit of not a pop, but it'll kind of almost give a little click. That's now seated in there well. Make sure I get a better grip with that tape. Okay. Now we're just going to gently grab it and we're going to slide it back up onto these brackets, making sure to line it back up here at the top first. I'm just going to pop it back onto those little black little tabs right here at the top. And what those are, they just help with the alignment of this, so you can put the screws in, kind of hold it in place. I'll give you a good look at those. See it right there? There's a screw hole, and that little cross looking thing is the tab that pokes out at you. So now it's just a matter of putting the screws back in. They're all the same size screws, so it doesn't matter which ones go where. I'm just going to go in the exact order that I took them out, but in reverse, starting at the bottom. Just enough pressure for it to be tight. Next screw. I like to steady the screwdriver so I don't drive it through my screen in case it accidentally slips off or the screw wobbles as it goes in. Why don't you sit for me right there. Okay, and like that, we are just about done. Now, we're just going to start the exact same way that we started here. Start at the bottom. I'm just going to pop these back on and work my way around. Just popping it all back together. Oh, shoot. You know what I forgot? Smooth one, Justin. I need to pop that off real quick. Forgot to pull my plastic film off. My apologies. Jeez. Let's remove that film now. Look at that screen. That's clean. Now we'll put this back on. Okay. Screen is back and secure. All that's left to do is put the battery back in, and I'm pretty sure that this laptop is not charged because it's just been living in my daughter's room while whatever, but we'll give it a shot anyway, see if it has any power on it. It wouldn't be a good finish to the video if I didn't show you that it is indeed a new screen and it is working perfectly. I just went and got the charger.